Hey there, I'm Lisa Niven Kelly here for Beaducation.com, and in this video we just shot it over on Facebook Live, and I show you how to make stamped S-hooks. And I initially made these for hanging plants in my window. I'm a little obsessed with houseplants. But in the class, when we were live and we had comments coming in and we're reading the comments, we come up with a lot of really awesome ideas. So I think you're really gonna love this. I bring in Mel through the power of Skype. So we're both here, we're sheltering at home. It's that time of the year and it worked out pretty well. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up or ask a question in the comments on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, and we will get back to you. Thanks so much. Let's get into it. Okay, so what we're talking about today is making S-hooks to hang stuff. So I'm just a little obsessed with houseplants. Ooh, look at that, Mel did one. And I have a lot of houseplants. I think I counted and I have 72. But then after my birthday, I think it's more like 85. I know. Colin gave me this one. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, that's what I have that one in my front yard, and it got enormous. That exact same one.
Oh, good. I'm excited. So I was just like playing around with doing different things, and I really want to, especially after we did this Facebook Live with Rita from Impress Art. If you guys haven't watched that, it was a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, where I brought her in like I brought Mel in, and she taught us how to make these dishes out of big circle blanks, and they're so cool. And she started a total craze. The Rita dish, I've named it. But just like that, people were making and showing, and I was like, I want to make more stuff that's like functional, like jewelry's great, keychains are great, but let's just start really reaching out. So I was looking around my house. I'm like, what can I make here? And I looked in my window, which I'm going to show you guys this picture if I can get it on. There it is. Okay, so this is a window in my home, and you can see the hooks up at the top. There's 4 right in the middle there that I made. And they were just plain old barfy S-hooks from Home Depot, like whatever, right? And I figured, well, with bracelet blanks, I think we can do this. So all of those are either copper or aluminum. And I just bent them into an S shape, which I'm going to show you, which is pretty simple, and stamped some on both sides, and the copper one in the middle, you can see I twisted it. Couldn't get a really good close-up, but I'll try. I have them here.
Oh, cool.
This camera is really weird about focusing on stuff, but I will hold them up and see it wants to just focus on my face, so I'll hold them back here. But here they are. They're just plain old S-hooks. And because we don't have a down camera, I can't give you a close-up. But after this, I will shoot really close-up pictures and post them. But basically, they're just a bracelet blank. For the first one I did, which is this one, I stamped on both sides just to see what would happen. Now, if you're going to stamp on both sides, what I realized with that is if you have a stamp that's really detailed that you really want to be on here, I would do that on the second side, because no matter what you put on your bench block to sort of protect it from when you're stamping on one side to not scratch up the back, it still flattens it a little bit, especially with aluminum because it's so soft. So I have on this one like some moons, which are really open and a very sharp design. So I did those on the front so that when I flipped it and stamped again and it flattened it a little bit, it didn't matter. But if I had done a really detailed one and flipped it and stamped on the other side, the detailed ones don't go in as deep. So if it did flatten it a little bit, you lose a little bit of the design. Does that make sense, Mel? Am I making sense?
It definitely does. We have also had Vanjie was asking what gauge do you prefer to use of the blank?
Yeah, thanks. These are, I think they're just any of our aluminum blanks. I mean, not the 20 gauge, but the ones that are made for bracelets. So I think this is 12 gauge. This one might be 14 gauge. The copper I did is just our copper bracelet wire that we sell by the foot. I think it's CO01. Is that right, Mel? You would know better than me.
I think you might be right. But you could also do, I even did the one that was the bracelet blank one, the copper bracelet blank. That worked really well too.
Cool. So this one, just to talk about this flat wire really quick, we sell it by the foot. We have it specifically made where the edges here and here are a little rounded, so they're not super sharp. And you can get, instead of like buying a foot and then wanting to do a 5-inch bracelet, but then you have this random like 7-inch bracelet, you can buy 5 feet. And then as you get down to the end, you'll have less waste, and it's really, really nice, and it's really cheap. So I just want to point that out because it's a great product. A lot of people buy it, but then a lot of people are like, I've never heard of that. Anyway, that's what this is. And
I have to interrupt you for 1 second because Tanya had such a killer idea. She said you could do shower hooks with these.
Oh, I love it.
That would be so beautiful. You could have like matching ones or have them line up, and they could even like have like, you could have words like inspirational quotes and stuff like that. That's such a cool idea.
I love it. 12 gauge on this one. I think this one was 14 gauge. I think the flat wire is 18 or 16 gauge. I think it's 18 gauge. It's super soft, like, right? Like, it's awesome, but you can, after you stamp it, it'll get a lot harder. And I wanted to point that out because on this one, I did a fun little, like, twist.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just playing with it over here. I mean, I might play with stamping, twisting, and then making it into a cuff. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, I love that. We've been getting quite a few people asking how much weight it would hold. And I got to tell you, like, pulling on this, like really pulling, I mean, it was a tiny plant, but I even feel like it would probably hold about 30 pounds.
I know. It's amazing.
Because I have them outside on my deck, and I have a couple plants that, when you get like 4 that all kind of come down, and it's on one, and that's probably a good 20 pounds. I actually think I could probably hang my daughter from this.
Let's try it. Could you go outside and try that?
I'll send a picture. She just gave me a funny look.
She's like,
I won't do it, Ruby.
I'm under it. Okay, so the way that I twisted this one, I just wanted to show, is I held it with some nylon jaw pliers. If you had a second pair of these, it would be great. I don't want to hold this side with my chain nose because I'll mar it, and it's too hard to hold with my hand. So I ended up just kind of holding it with the bracelet bending pliers, just like that, and it doesn't bend it, but if it did, I would just straighten it out. So basically you want to hold where you want the twist in the middle. So if you had some design out here that you're going to make the hook, you would need to hold down here so that you're not affecting that part, and then just twist. Isn't that fun? Looks so cool. Pretty straightforward.
I love that.
Yeah. So now I have this end to curl, and I'll show you how I did that, and then we can talk about the designs that Mel did and I did. So for the hook part, it depends on the rod that you're hooking over as to what size you need to make the hook, right? So the one that I showed in the picture is really thin. It's just a small curtain rod from Target, I think. But on these, I actually used my bracelet bending bar. I just bent it over, and then I moved to these to make it a little tighter. So that was kind of cool. But let's say I just wanted to make this into a hook. I'm going to use my large wrap and taps. See these guys? They've got these big barrels. I'm going to use the biggest one. You could also use, we have the Mylan bracelet bending pliers and ring bending that are, they're 2 barrels on either side of the plier. Those are really cool for making a simple loop. But I'm just going to turn it like I'm turning a basic loop, just to get a simple hook, right? And then on this side, you know what, I'm going to twist it a little further so that it's facing the right way. There we go. And then I'll just...
I have to say, Tanya should be in marketing and merchandising because she's like, you could use those to hang your dog leashes too. That's such a cute idea.
Tanya girl. I love it. Keep it coming. So this alone is like a really cool hook. It's got no stamping on it, but it is really strong,
Yeah, I mean, it's cuter than the ones that you just get from like the hardware store. That's for sure.
That's for sure. So that's that guy with a twist. I just wanted to show that. Now, the one tip that I realized after making a whole bunch of these and after talking to Mel and watching what she made is you really don't have to stamp on both sides. If you are going to build a hook here to go over the top of the rod and then flip this one out this way, you're not even going to see this part or that part. So on this one, I stamped all the way down to here. It looks like maybe through the screen that I stamped here, but that's just the little scuff marks from stamping on the side. So I stamped about 3/4, maybe a little bit more, and then just this much on this side. So
That was such a smart idea. I did that for my next one too, and it looks so cute. And then you don't have to worry about any scuffing.
yeah, it looks so cute. And this one I just have, I wish I could show you close up because it's super cute. Just a bunch of the succulent stamps all over it.
I can see it. It is really cute.
So I will just build my hook here. And then on this one, flip it up this direction. Yep. There we go. See, so you don't even see, let me see if this, I don't think this camera's gonna do this, but hello, no, yes, no.
Kind of.
It's like,
can I just tell you, so many people right now are coming up with the greatest ideas where you could just have one part flat. They were saying punch a hole, hook it, and then nail it into the wall, and you can have it for your spoons and your spatulas, or have them in your kids' room and put like your backpacks and all the sweaters and sweatshirts that they throw. Like, plus I love your idea of a theme, like do like one succulent and then the second succulent and the third, and that I just got chills because it's like, how cute would that be for like someone's all of their cooking utensils and your purses.
Totally.
Like, keep these ideas coming, you guys.
I love the idea of punching a hole and just hammering it in. That's awesome. We are now going to decorate our entire house. So if you were, let's like take this a little bit further. If you were doing that, and let's say you did want to hang something heavy on here, you could, to strengthen this, you could take this and turn it this way and put it on your bench block and hit it a whole bunch with your plastic mallet or rawhide mallet. So that's going to affect it just by hardening it and hitting it, but it's not going to change the shape. So you could harden it up, or as you're doing your wrap and tap, just really like eat away at it. You know, this is basically anytime you hit an effect metal, it's hardening it up. So this would help a whole bunch. Seems like it wouldn't, and I'm not hurting it because this side has the nylon on the jaw. So that's one idea. But honestly, like this,
it's heavy duty. I'm with you.
I think we should hang Ruby from this.
I think we should, because you guys, you really, when you pull it, it doesn't alter the shape of it at all.
So show me some of yours, Mel.
So I ended up, I don't know if you can see any of these, but I was looking around, and it's so hard for me to find some of the newer stamps too, but I love, like, we have that hip feather, and I just did the hip feather, but I just had it, some of them are coming off. It looks like feathers are kind of falling. All of that was just with like one stamp, and it looks so cool.
So cute.
And then I did one with our, like, a newer star and swallows, and then I took your idea too, where I just stamped on the one side on the end. Mm-hmm. And then on this side here, so that it does look like it's on both sides when it's against the wall.
Cute.
But it is amazing, you guys, like with even like one or two designs, you could just have that all over, and it kind of makes like each hook could have like a different one design on it. Or you could even do it, I've been wanting to do it with, but I think I'm out of crystal, so I'm gonna have to order those.
Yeah.
With the crystal punch, and do some like crystal ones. Now that all these folks are talking about the kitchen, I'm all over the kitchen. I'm definitely gonna do spoons, spatulas. Like, why not? That's so smart.
I love it. I love it. So the other tools that you could use is the bracelet bending part, just to start that hook, but it's not as tight. You can also use the the ring bending pliers, but let me see if I have a piece here. I'm going to straighten this part out. They are a pretty tight loop. So if you did use them, it's a pretty, like a little size of a ring, right? So I'm just going to chew away at this to get it to take on this shape of the pliers. So it'll make a little bit of a smaller hook, but you could use that just to start it and maybe bring it out a little bit. You could wrap it around a pen, except it might be a little hard because these are stiff, but
that's what I did. That is exactly what I did. I ended up, because I couldn't find my wrap and tap here. And I mean, when you're in isolation, you use what you have to, right? I ended up taking a parsley, which you would have thought I'd remember to do the kitchen. And I wrapped it one end around the parsley bottle like this. And then I just used some flat nose pliers and just turned it a little bit more. After, of course, I had stamped it. And then I used the other side, like you said, a pen, or I just used like little crazy glue and wrapped it around this side.
Good one.
And it's amazing how it wasn't too hard to do that, you know? Here we go.
Look at you, chapstick.
And then just with my flat nose pliers again, and there it was. I was able to hook in. This was like the exact shape I needed.
That's cool. I like that shape a lot.
Hey, before we go, can I show where I would hang my plants and show a little snippet of the ocean if you guys think that we would still hang on?
Yes,
I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. Come with me, everyone.
Here we go, through Mel's house.
Here is where...
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, perfect.
I'm going to hang this guy so you can see. Can you guys see where these are?
We're taking the show on the road. That looks great.
See? This actually, I'll show you too. Taryn stamped this on, she made this little plant home, and I had forgotten about this, and stamped this onto here, which is kind of another stamped plant.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
But so yeah, that was the area I was saying that you could hang a lot of these on, or like you said, hanging on your neighbor's fences like that.
Love it.
But I wanted to show you guys. I'm pretty lucky, huh?
Yes.
Thanks for letting me join you guys. That was a Mel original.
Mel original. I love it. Thank you so much.